Welcome to Protagonist Pub. My name is Tammy, and this is where characters gather. I thought I would jump on the winter book recommendation bandwagon today, and I went through my shelves and I pulled a variety of winter books. I didn't just choose one genre or subgenre. I tried to spread it out, and they're all books I want to read. They're all books that say, hey, pick me up. Of course, I can't pick everything up all at once. My brain just isn't letting me do that. So some of these are going to appear on lists here very shortly. One I know I'm saving for December. Saving it for July. So we'll see if some of these others make it to Christmas in July, winter in July. So, what did I pick off of my shelves? First up, The Winter King by Bernard Cornwell. This is the first book in the Warlord Chronicles series. It is his Arthurian retelling. And as you know, my brain wants to read this series this year. February is already looking like a bunch of thick books over there. So it's just under 500 pages. I might put it on the list. We shall see. I'm on the fence. We shall see. So next up is Counterfeit Love by Crystal Cadell. This is set in the Gilded Age of New York, and it opens up on December 31st, 1883. This is a romance mystery. I'm very, very much looking forward to this series. She is a new to me author. She's been highly recommended, so I need to read this. I very much need to read this, and it is less than 350 pages. So I definitely need to read this. And it's the first book in a series. It is the Hidden Hearts of the Gilded Age series. Yeah. Okay. Yep. I'll be putting this on the February TBR. I think I've lost my mind. Next up is The Headmistress of Rosemary by Sarah E. Ladd. This is book 2 of Whispers on the Moor, and that cover is stunning. It is stunning. All the covers for her books are stunning. I fell in love with her when I read Letters from Briarton Park towards the end of last year. It is technically secular historical romance, although this one says it's Christian on the back, so we shall see. I know there was Gentle Everyday Faith and Letters from Briarton Park, so I imagine that's what's in here too. I loved her writing. I loved the humor. I loved the twists. So I will read you the back of this one. At 25, Patience Crichton is already a spinster. The busy headmistress of Rosemary always expected a dashing man to sweep her off her feet and take her away. But that man never came. And since her father's death, keeping the school running and her mother happy has been plenty to keep her occupied. William Sterling dallied his way into financial trouble and mortal danger. When he is assaulted by his creditor's henchmen on the road home from a tavern, he guides his horse to the doorstep of his tenant, the Rosemary School for Young Ladies. After being tended to by Patience, the wounded William rides off into the dawn, but makes a point to learn more about the lovely headmistress. He spends more time at Rosemary. Something delicate begins to develop between William and Patience, but that will not deter William's creditors. With little money to repay his debts and less for the upkeep of his estate, it becomes clear that sacrificing Rosemary may be the only way to preserve his legacy. But it may also cost him his happiness. Next up is The Ice One by Janelle Soslinski. And the title is Cold. That is a very cold picture of the Eiffel Tower. I know I have this book slated to read in Christmas in July. I've talked about this extensively. This was in my birthday book haul, which I will link down below. She will be a new to me author. I am very, very intrigued by this book. Very intrigued by this book. So, next up would be A Gathering of Ravens by Scott Olson. Odin, I'm sorry. This is the first book in the... What is the name of this series? I know it's a series. There's 3 books in the series. Does it tell me? It does not tell me. I will put it down here. I read this for a recent 2x2x2 video, which I will link down below. It did not win. However, it almost won. And it opens up in a very cold scene in Norway and Denmark. And, it's cold in that part of the world. And I was cold reading it, so I know it's going to be cold. And this is secular fantasy. It is Norse secular fantasy at that. So, it isn't going to be a romance. It isn't going to be a non-bloody read. Just because it's Norse fantasy, that is always a little intense. But the first 2 chapters were very good. And I'm very interested. I am very, very interested. So, next up would be The Winter Witch by Paula Braxton. And I have seen that this is the first book in the series. I have seen that this is a continuation of a previous duology that may or may not include this book and therefore be a multiple part series. So I'm going to take it as the first book in a new series. And it's set in Wales, and I like Paula Braxton's writing. I like her characters. I like her atmospheric setting. And while I know that because it does deal with quote-unquote witchcraft, this will not be a read for everyone. It is, however, one I'm going to read here soon. It's been on my shelf for a while. It's less than 350 pages. So, yeah, this may make it onto the February TBR, which just is growing exponentially as I do these. So, those are my winter recommendations that I have pulled from my shelf. They are all chilly and snowy and icy, and I'm very thankful that there is no ice and snow, and it is no longer below freezing at whatever time of the day it currently is. It is currently 10:15 in the morning, and it is well above freezing outside, and I am thankful for that. Hopefully it is warmer where you are, and hopefully you found something you didn't know existed as a possible read. Please leave a comment down below, like, subscribe, and I will see you here next time at the Protagonist Pub.